what I'm saying? People have they have their own agendas. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at a statistic that says like 14% of the population are either psychopaths, sociopaths, and narcissists.
Ooh.
And we know a lot of narcissists. You know a lot of narcissists, right?
Crazy out here, bro.
So if you think about that, that's a dangerous path to be walking, that you have all these individuals, and all these type of individuals have their own agenda for you, what they want for themselves. So you got to know what you want for yourself and know how to move tactically in your environment. Means you need to be aligned, like strategic partnerships, like we talk about business, with people who is going to help you elevate and get out of the situation that you're in.
The flip side of that is though that 15% know what they want.
Yeah, that's the difference. Yeah,
that they know. Fortunately or unfortunately for some of us, they know exactly what they want, and they're gonna figure out how to get to it.
Yeah,
I'm saying it's not all good. It's not all bad.
Yeah,
take from that what you will. Learn to find out what you want. All right, guys, it's your boy King D Money
and TTMT
here with the D&D Leveling Up Podcast. And if you don't know, now you know. That's right, guys. We're going in. It's a very interesting topic today, man. How do you invest in yourself?
Yes.
Not invest in others.
Yeah.
Not invest in somebody else's business. Mind your business and invest in yourself. How do you do that, guys? We're going to tell you that right now here on the D&D Level Podcast. Hey, guys, we know the information that we are giving you guys is leveling up your lives in so many great ways. First things first, though, we need you guys to
like, comment, subscribe, and share.
That is so essential, guys, and we'll catch you in the podcast.
Deuces.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind, man, when you talk about investing in
yourself?
Oneself, man. How do people do that?
How do people do that? So basically like this. When you're trying to invest in yourself, you got to have a vested interest in what you're trying to do. A lot of times people don't think about, they think about, where your priority is at. Like your priority where your money is where your priority is at. Where you're spending your time or spending your energy. So investment has to do with what? Taking something that you have as something of value, right? And placing it in one aspect, right? Investment to give you a return on your investment, right? So you place something, for instance, money in the stock market, you want to get a return on your investment. Same thing with your own self. How to do that is disciplining yourself to be able to put more things into yourself to give you a better expression of what the things that you need to do in life. So that means investing in yourself is what? You're dictating that by your discipline. You're dictating that by the people that you're around. If you invest in being around individuals that's going to help you to level up, that's investing in yourself. If you're reading books, that's going to help you to invest in growing your time. There's something called mastering your environment. Right. A lot of people don't master their environment. So if you don't have a mastery of your environment and have what is called autonomy, which is time to do things within that environment of mastery, you're not able to function. A lot of things that we're trying to figure out in life is because we don't have autonomy. We don't have a space where we can just decide, okay, I'm going to be doing this and I'm mastering everything surrounding that environment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of times we don't think about that because we're not trying to invest in yourself. And that has to come to do with your self-esteem. Your self-esteem is not really at a certain point. You're not going to think you're worth investing in yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Big time, man. So what I would say is that's a whole lot for people to kind of grasp concept to, like, man, I gotta believe in myself. Then I gotta go talk to people. Then I gotta go. It's too much. It's a lot.
Not gonna do
so
it.
What we're here to do is we're here to break it down for y'all. We're here to give y'all the ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. And you know what I'm saying? We're not going into metric system. We're not going into algebra. You know what I'm saying? These ways of thinking. We're gonna give you guys some tidbits, some tangible things you guys can take away from the podcast. And we're gonna break it down first. First thing that Dirk just said, sometimes you got to read for your growth.
Yeah, you definitely got to read.
You got to get into these. You got to get into these books.
Yeah.
You got to get into these novels. You got to get into these things and get creative with what you're reading.
Yeah.
Like, cause what you're reading is gonna build you up, man. It's funny how our if you're here in the States, like public school will have you not want to read.
Yeah, of course.
Like it's like, oh, they give you books to read to punish you.
To punish you.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's not about enjoying it. It's the one thing that can actually build your life up.
Yeah.
That if you took just a couple of books, maybe even a year, maybe 2, 3, whatever.
Yeah.
Take some books that could actually lift your life up.
Yeah.
Like the Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Let's see the
4-Hour Work Week.
The 4-Hour Work Week. Yeah. Those books like that, you guys gotta get into, and we gotta take some time to read things like this, some self-improvement books. Anyone, just find one to start with. You don't have to even read it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could get one of our future sponsors.
Yeah.
Audible.
Yeah.
And have it read it to you.
Exactly.
Audible, I love my Audible books. I even if I'm not on Audible, I'm going to pump somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm on my Apple program called Books, and I let that read Audible books to me.
Okay.
And while I'm riding to work, while you're doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Or you're a task where you can just listen and have somebody impart things into your life is way better than to be listening to things that are detrimental to your life.
Yeah, detrimental
to your life. They just don't create the habits that you want to create. Most of the time, I'm gonna taking a page from Dirk's book. Most of the time, when you feel like you aren't making it anywhere, it's because you've decided to do something other than invest in yourself.
Yeah.
You've taken the time to just say, you know what? I don't think this is going to work. You already believe it's not going to work. Yeah, therefore, you're not going to take the time to invest. And this investment is reading the books.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Get into them books, man.
Yeah.
It's okay. Don't just get into any type of book. But if you got to get into something that you like first to get you to reading, do it.
Yeah. And that's investing in yourself, because you got to be willing to make some sacrifices. And this is the problem with individuals who want to get from point A to point B. We want these things all the time, right? But we don't want to make the sacrifices to get the things that we want. Ooh. We feel like we look at other people on the outside and we're like, wow, I wish I could be like this individual. But you don't realize all the sacrifices that it takes to get to that point. And they're willing to pay it, but you're not. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? It's you got to get to a point where, like, listen, my standard of living, my standard or my mindset has to come if I want to get my standard of living higher. You can't get your standard of living higher if your mindset is all wrong. If your mindset is wrong, then you can't get this. The difference between you and Steve Jobs and all these other individuals is they have a different mind than you do. They make decisions differently. They make them based on knowledge bases. You have to increase your knowledge base. You're not willing to make those sacrifices. Don't ask for this type of life if that's not what you perceive it's going to be this way, but it will never change unless you start with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
You got to get in there.
Yeah.
You got to get in the kitchen. You got to get cooking.
You got to get cooking, man.
And you can't cook with, you know what I'm saying, with nothing.
Yeah,
you gotta go in there. You gotta get some utensils. Yeah, all this stuff is like I I'm a big boy, so I'm sitting there talking about cooking. Yeah, here we go.
He goes stir
when you get a meal together, you gotta get ingredients.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that the ingredients of your life.
Yeah.
One of the ingredients is reading those books.
Yeah.
That's ingredient. Let's say that's ingredient number one to making this success cake.
Yeah, exactly. Success cake. Yeah.
And you ready for it, man.
Bro, actually, that's pretty good. Look, first of all, you know what I think about it, right? It's layers, right?
It's layers to this.
There's layers to it, right?
It's layers. And we're going to hit like 4 of them today.
You know. But that's a good analogy, because, you have layers to a cake. It's got foundations. It's got that cream in between the middle.
There you go.
And you have to craft it at a certain point, and then you put the icing on the cake. But there's other stuff that goes into that. Like you said, ingredients. You don't have eggs in the cake.
You don't have it. You ain't gonna get no lift.
Exactly.
You don't have the milk in there. You're not gonna get that creamy taste.
Exactly.
You don't have, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have icing on the top, you don't get the look. You don't get the appeal.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
There's certain things that just have to go into this, and reading books is one.
Yes.
Number two, big thing.
Okay.
You got to get out yourself and talk to other people.
Yes.
Get a mentor. I think Dirk, you perfect to talk about this getting a mentor thing, man.
Exactly.
Tell us your journey of mentors or peers that serve as mentors to you.
Yeah. So thank you, man. I appreciate that because you know what? When it comes to mentors, there are people who already have run down the line, who've come to a certain point where they know what to do and you don't have to make the same mistakes that they made. So once you have a mentor and they already been through it, they basically, and you know, it comes with, you know, being a person who has to be meant, like, or basically a person who's going to be the mentee, which is you, right? And you have the mentor. So if you want a person to put you under their tutelage, you got to learn to be humble. That's the first thing. Because if you think you know everything, you're not going to learn anything. And a lot of times when I was talking, remember we had the other CEO on before, Angela Jones, right?
Yes, sir.
Angelica Jones. She had to come to a realization, like she had a mentor in her life, but she was like, I don't know. I think I know how to do everything myself. I don't really need a mentor. And she had to come to the point of humbling herself, realizing I should leave a space for an individual to impart something in my life.
Right.
Because you have to get to that point where like, you don't think you know everything and you get to the point where you hit a wall. Usually people don't want to take on a mentor until they hit a wall. Until they find like,
listen,
they stuck like Chuck. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get to the point where you're stuck and then now you want to find somebody.
You need to find this miraculous mentor. But to that thing though, I find some of the greatest success stories are people who hit a wall.
Yeah, true.
You just had to. Like it's like our next thing that we're going to, like, you gotta hit that wall. Yeah. And if you don't go after it, I'm jumping into a whole nother thing. But it's absolutely necessary. It's what happens when you get a mentor. It's what happens when you get a mentor. That mentor is either waiting for you to hit a wall, or you have, and now they can help.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's true, bro.
You're not open. Some people just not open to it until it is. Yeah. You done tried everything, and you done went to everybody, and until you get to that point, you're not open to listen to anybody. I don't care if they're a billionaire. You're like, oh man, I'm good right now. I'm getting a couple of dollars. I'm happy. Blah blah blah. I'm paying my bills. Yeah. When that bill comes around to the third month being old, and you trying to figure out how you gonna spend this to make this money, now you feel like you need a mentor. Yeah. I feel like you need somebody to tell me that this ain't working.
This ain't working anymore. So I gotta find something else.
I gotta find something else to do.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I would say that kind of mixes in. And we moving right along. Not only are mentors important, but the people you surround yourself with. Yeah. We're coming right back to everything you said at the beginning of the podcast, bro. The people you surround yourself with are a huge factor. Yeah. It's like being the only tomato in a field full of potatoes.
Potatoes, yeah, exactly.
It's like you think tomatoes grow better with tomatoes. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Lemons grow better with lemons. Exactly. It's just what it is. Yeah. So if you're around a bunch of sour people,
you're gonna be sour just like
you're gonna be big sour. You might be the least of the sour. Yeah, you might think that you're at the top. Of it, but you still in that. You still
in there. And this is the thing people don't understand. Your environment dictates how you're gonna grow. And if you don't understand it's like I was talking about the whole mastery of your own environment.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people haven't mastered their surroundings. So like now you don't know what's negative. It's like you got to start thinking about things that are tactical in your life. You got to start moving tactically, like military wise. You know what I'm saying? Because things are out there to take you out.
Big.
You know what I'm saying? Things are out to take, and people are out there to take you out. You know what I'm saying? People are out, they might not be conscious of it because there's jealousy, there's envy. You know what I'm saying? People have they have their own agendas. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at a statistic that says like 14% of the population are either psychopaths, sociopaths, and narcissists. Ooh. And we know a lot of narcissists. You know a lot of narcissists, right?
Crazy out here, bro.
So if you think about that, that's a dangerous path to be walking, that you have all these individuals, and all these type of individuals have their own agenda for you, what they want for themselves. So you got to know what you want for yourself and know how to move tactically in your environment. Means you need to be aligned, like strategic partnerships, like we're talking about business, with people who is going to help you elevate and get out of the situation that you're in.
The flip side of that is though that 15% know what they want.
Yeah, that's a difference. Yeah,
that they know. Fortunately or unfortunately for some of us, they know exactly what they want, and they're gonna figure out how to get to it.
Yeah,
I'm saying it's not all good. It's not all bad.
Yeah,
take from that what you will. Learn to find out what you want.
Yeah,
and how to get to it. Be that narcissist for the moment.
Be willing to sacrifice.
And be willing to sacrifice. They're willing to sacrifice. They will wait.
Yeah.
They will lie in waiting.
Wait in the bushes. Wait for you.
They will wait for you. Next one on the list. Okay? We talked about a lot of stuff. Talked about a lot of ethereal stuff, a lot of thoughts type stuff.
Yeah.
Let's get down to the brass tacks.
Okay.
Next thing you need to do in order to invest in yourself is to sell something.
You do. Definitely.
You need to find something to sell.
So listen. So I was watching a video with Andrew Tate. He says like everybody's a salesperson, right?
Right.
So like in order for him to get his Bugatti, he literally had to sell himself. Like really, not sell himself physically. No, we're not talking about sexually. Because we're going to keep our minds out of the gutter.
I was trying to get off the ethereal side of this.
I know.
Selling yourself is like something you got to like believe in yourself and tell people about yourself.
You know what I'm talking about.
Sell something.
I'm
talking about product.
I got you. But in essence, we're talking about the fact that you as a person, right? You got to sell people on the idea of who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
I'm not selling anybody on me.
Yeah.
Look. You either gonna pick me off the shelf or you ain't. Okay.
You gonna pick me up?
I ain't for you.
Yeah.
All right. If I ain't for you, I ain't for you. But my God, get back into it, man. Find a product which is not yourself to sell. We got enough of that going on.
Yeah. In the right way.
In the correct way. In all the best ways. Find something to sell, something that will bring you some type of income so that you can reinvest into yourself.
Correct. A product.
A tangible product.
Tangible product.
Find something to sell that's going to make you some money. That's going to make, and whenever you sell, I'm trying to tell you, it's going to make you feel good about even yourself, about your selling prowess. The things that go into selling.
True. Yeah, exactly.
Make you better.
Yeah. So you have to talk.
You have to talk. You have to relate. You have to
empathize with people.
Empathize, and then on the back end, you got to know how to count.
Exactly.
You got to know how much you're gonna have at the end of the month.
Yeah.
How much you're gonna spend
on
a product. You have to make projections,
goals.
There we go.
Objectives. So you got even with selling, you got to understand what your client base is. You got to understand your avatar. Right?
There's so many things that come in that package of selling something that makes you better.
Yeah, exactly.
Even as a person, it makes you a better person. And that's what we've been talking about here, talking about investing in yourself. Anything else on the investing in yourself?
No, man. I think they were good.
Well, on the selling yourself.
On the selling yourself. Oh, on selling says yes. I could go all day.
Let's go selling yourself. Let's go down this.
Yeah. So
you can't just sell products, guys.
Yeah. So you can't just sell products. You gotta sell ideas to people. So you have products, but people don't really buy. People buy what you convince them to buy based on the idea of what they want, right? So if I want to sell an individual something, you got to give them one thing is called consequences of what they'll lose by not getting the product that you want to give to them. So if I say to you, man, if you don't get this, bro, you're going to lose out. You're going to lose money. If I don't give you this product, that's a consequence. That's another sales tactic that you can use to help if you're deciding to sell something. So people only buy what they think there might be a loss for, or they feel like there's a gain. So if I know I'm going to get something because I'm going to get a deal, you know what I'm saying?
A deal.
You know what I'm saying? We always want deals. You got to provide a deal for somebody. You got to provide an idea that they're willing to buy. But by selling, you're gonna, like you said before, you're gonna learn psychology. You're gonna learn a skill set. And to be honest with you, if you learn to sell, you won't ever be broke, because you'll be able to take that skill set and apply it to different things. A lot of times we don't want to do this because we want to talk in front of individuals. We want to get outside our comfort zone, and we don't want to expose things that we think that will make people reject us. We're afraid of rejection. And so you can't, if you're trying to invest in yourself, you can't be afraid to be rejected. You can't be afraid to speak to people. You can't be afraid to go into areas or be uncomfortable, because you're not always going to be able to sell things without a level of uncomfortability. The way that you can sell properly is be able to be comfortable with yourself. Like for me, when it comes to selling, the way I sell is just being relaxed. The more I'm relaxed, the other person's relaxed. When you start tensing up, getting all worried and concerned they're not going to get it, then you never sell, because they can sense that you don't have confidence in what you're saying. And if you sense you don't have any confidence in what you're saying, that's what we talked about. One of the things that you have to be vested in yourself is to have self-confidence. Because if you don't try to work on yourself, you can't be relaxed in order to convince somebody else that what you have to give them is a benefit to them. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta sit back in that space, man. Know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
And give people what they want.
Yeah.
Like, I know at the beginning of the podcast, I was like, hey man, let's sit back.
Yeah.
This is valuable. This is valuable to somebody, multiple people,
exactly,
thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, and we're giving it to them.
Yeah.
D&D Level Up Podcast, man.
Yeah, man.
Doing it big.
Doing it big.
Let's go one more. One more. Guys, clean up your image. Get your hair cut.
Yeah.
Okay? Go put that hair in a ponytail. Okay? Make it slick. Put the little edges on if you feel like it.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do. Go get yourself some nice clothes.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying you gotta go Fendi. Nobody's saying
you gotta go crazy.
You gotta go crazy. But if you're already at that level where you're watching us, go get yourself that Fendi outfit.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're not at that level, go get yourself something that's neat, makes you look good. If you don't know what looks good, ask somebody else.
Who looks good? Who happens to be like somebody who you see as an example. Like we talk about the whole avatar, which avatar I didn't explain to you guys. Is somebody who fits into a certain demographic. Demographic is this person has this amount of age, they do this, and they do that. So it's like, say Betsy, she's 28 years old, she's going to college and getting a degree, she's a single mother, blah, blah, blah. That's an avatar. If you fit into you see somebody who is fashionably, looks good, and they can dress and they put stuff together, ask them, hey, listen, could you help me, assist me like with my wardrobe? I need somebody to come assist me with that. And there's plenty of people who will assist you.
Plenty of people that'll help you out.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't have those people, which you should, because one of our things was go talk to people.
Talk to people.
Okay?
Talking to people is very important.
And you should. If you don't, just turn the TV on, pick an outfit from one of your favorite shows, and go mimic it.
Yeah, exactly.
You ain't got to buy the exact thing. Go out there and mimic it, the same look, same aesthetic. Get in the mirror, look at yourself, clean yourself up.
Yeah.
Guys, that is part one of investing in yourself.
Part one. Only part one.
Only part one, guys. And we got so much more right here on the D&D Leveling Up Podcast. And if you don't know, now you know. That's right, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe,
share.
Deuces.
Deuces.